Catapults!
Hi, I'm BJ. Welcome to Science Time Experimenting at Home. Do you like experimenting? I do. And at home, we can do lots of different experiments. Today, we're experimenting with catapults. Now, a catapult is a simple machine that can throw things. How do we throw things? Well, let's have a look. I've got a ball here and I'm going to throw it. Watch what happens. Did you see? I pull my arm back and then my muscles give my arm energy and it pushes my arm forward, then the energy goes into the ball and makes it fly away. That's how we throw things. A catapult works a little bit the same way. All a catapult needs to start with is an arm. Now you can use anything to make an arm. I'm going to start with a spoon. This long bit here is going to be the arm for our catapult. Now a catapult also needs a hand or something to hold the object that you're going to throw. So this round bit here works perfectly as a hand. So to make this spoon into a catapult, I'm going to attach it to a cardboard tube. I'll use that one later. So I'm just going to get some tape. Here we go. And we'll tape the spoon to the tube. Tuck it in. There we go. And this is our catapult. What do you think will happen if I push the end of the catapult down? Let's find out. Did you see that? When I push this end down, the other end comes up. And that's how a catapult works. Now, we can do lots of experimenting with our catapult. When you do an experiment, you start by asking a question, having a bit of a think about what you think might happen, and then you do a test to find out. So, let's throw something with our catapult. I'm going to start with that cotton wool ball. Now, this cotton wool ball feels quite light and it's very soft. We'll put it in the hand here. And how do you think we can make our catapult work? I'm going to press down on this end bit. What do you think will happen? Shall we test and find out? Whoop, whoop, the cotton wool ball flew over to there. Now, there's lots of things we can change with our catapult. I can change the amount of energy that I put into the catapult. So if I just press down a little bit, how far do you think it will throw the cotton wool ball? Let's test and find out. Whoop. Not very far. A little bit of energy is only a little throw. What do you think will happen if I put a lot of energy into the catapult and I push down really hard? Let's test. Whoa! Did you see that? The cotton ball, the ball went a lot further that time. Excellent. So, you can experiment at home with the different amounts of energy you put into your catapult. Come back here, cotton wool ball. And we can also experiment with what we throw with our catapult. So we've got our cotton wool ball. What else have I got? I've made a little ball out of foil. I scrunched up some foil and now I've got a little foil ball. What else? I also found a ping pong ball. So you can throw lots of different things with your catapult, but just make sure they're not too hard or too heavy because you don't want to hurt anything in case you hit it. And when you are using your catapult, make sure there's nothing in front of you. You don't want to hurt anyone or break anything, so just be careful where you're launching your catapult at home. So let's experiment with our different objects that we're going to throw. Okay, but before we test, we just need to make sure it's a fair test, which means we're only going to change one thing at a time. We're just going to change what we throw. Everything else will keep the same. We'll keep the catapult the same, and I'll keep the amount of energy that I use the same. Because you see, if we change what we throw and I change how much energy I put in the catapult, then we don't know why it goes as far as it does. Is it because what it's made out of, or is it because of the energy that I'm putting in? We won't know. So if we just change one thing at a time, we'll know why it goes further. So, which one of these things do we think is going to throw the furthest? The cotton wool ball, the foil, or the ping pong ball? Shall we test and find out? So I'll start with the cotton wool ball, and I'll put a lot of energy in, and we'll see how far it goes. You ready? Whoa! It went to about there. Not too far. Now, I'll stick this down again. Let's try our foil ball. How far do you think that will go? Shall we test and find out? Whoa! The whole thing flipped over. That went a lot further, that one. Oh, just need to fix up my catapult here. There we go. Stick it back down again. This might happen when you're using your catapult at home as well. Really easy to fix. So, we've done our cotton wool ball and our foil. How far do you think our ping pong ball will throw? Should we experiment and find out? Okay, I'll put a lot of energy in. You ready to test? Whoa! It all flipped over again. Oh, that one went quite far. So at home, you can experiment with the different objects that you throw from your catapult. I'm just going to put a little bit more sticky tape on our catapult here to keep it nice and secure. There we go. So we've experimented with the amount of energy that we put in our catapult and with what we throw with our catapult. We can also experiment and change the design of our catapult. So this time I'm going to move the hand bit right down and make the arm really long. How do you think that's going to change the way our catapult throws things? Shall we test and find out? So I'll use the cotton wool ball, put it in here. How far do you think it will go? Let's test. Whoa, it went to there. Now, if I make the arm smaller, so this bit smaller and this bit longer, how's that going to change how the cotton wool ball flies? Shall we test? I'll use another one here. Put it in. Okay, let's go. Whoa. Did you see the whole thing flipped over? But the cotton wool ball flew a lot further. So there's lots of different ways we can change the way we use our catapult to experiment with how far we can throw things. So with this one we used a small spoon and a small tube. But you could change the design completely. You could use a big spoon on a big tube. I wonder how far you could throw things using that. And there's other designs we can use for our catapult as well. We can make a catapult using a wire coat hanger. So you just bend it like this, give it a bit of a squeeze. There we go. Oh, just like that. And this bit here is going to be the arm for our catapult. But we need a hand, don't we? So you can use lots of different things. I'm going to use a bottle lid. And I'm going to tape the bottle lid on to our coat hanger. So let's get some tape and we'll put it on the front here. There we go. And I'll wrap the tape around, doopy-doopy-doo, just like this. And now we've got a little hand on our arm. So this catapult works really well. But it works a little bit differently than the spoon catapult. With the spoon one, I push down on the end of the arm. But with this one, it's a little bit different. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to push this part of the arm down. And as I push it down, it stores energy. What do you think is going to happen when we let go? Let's test. Woo! Did you see? All the energy is released and the arm pops up. Let's see how well it throws things. So we might start with our cotton wool ball again. So first, I'm going to change the amount of energy I use. So if I just push down a little bit, there's only storing a little bit of energy. How far do you think the cotton wool ball will fly? Shall we test? Whoop. Oh, quite a far way. It went all the way to there. Now, let's try another cotton wool ball. And this time I'm going to put a lot of energy in. So I'm going to push it all the way down like this. When I let go, do you think it will go further than that one? What do you think? Let's test. Whoa! That went a long way, that one. So you can experiment with the amount of energy that you put in your catapult. We can also experiment with what we launch from our catapult. So let's try our cotton wool ball and our little foil ball. Which do you think will fly the furthest? Let's test. So I'll put the same amount of energy in. I'll push it all the way down. How far do you think it will go? Let's test. Whoa! That went quite far, that one. Do you think the foil ball will go further? Let's test. So I'll put lots of energy in. Whoa! That one went a long way. So at home, experiment with the amount of energy you put in and with what you throw with your catapult. You can also experiment with the design of this catapult. You can move the hand down a little bit or up a little bit and see how that affects the way your catapult works. There's a couple of other designs we can use for our catapult. We can use a peg. Now, a peg has a metal bit here, just a bit like our metal coat hanger. And when I close the peg, I put lots of energy into it, and then what will happen when I let go? Whoop, it snaps back up like this. And I've made a catapult using a peg and some pencils. Here it is here. Now this one's a little bit of a trickier design. You'll need your grown-up to help you with this one. So to make this one, I've just taped some pencils on the top and the bottom, one across here, and I've taped a bottle lid to the top. And let's see how this catapult will launch things. Let's use our foil ball, put it in, and for this one, we pull it back like this. What do you think will happen when we let go? Let's test. Whoa! That one worked really well. So there's so much experimenting you can do with catapults at home. And I want to see your experiments that you do. So you can take a video of it, just like I have today, or you can take a photo or draw a picture, and you can post it online, or you can send it to me by email at SciencTime. So you have fun experimenting at home. And there's some other challenges you can do at home as well. With your catapult, you can design a catapult that throws things as far as you can. Use different objects to throw, different amounts of energy, and see how far you can throw your objects. Another fun game as well is a bit of target practice. You can use a box just like this one and put something. I'll get my cotton wool ball. There we go. See if you can launch your objects and land them in the box. Do you think I'll be able to? Let's test. Whoa! I think I've got a bit more experimenting to do. So you have fun experimenting at home, and I'll see you next Science Time, experimenting at home. Bye!